and welcome to today's Oracle card reading with me, Harrod Hart. So I've taken a few days away, and in honesty things have been a little bit up and down for me, and I've been dealing with letting go of something that I should have let go a long time ago. And sometimes things just try and creep back into your life. So even though you've said to yourself, right, that's it, I'm not doing that anymore, sometimes the universe kind of gives you a little prompt, a little tempter, and says, oh, but what about this? And that's kind of what I've been grappling with for the last week or so. And I finally decided yesterday that no, I had to go with my gut instinct, I had to go with my intuition, and I kind of said no to that thing. And I have to say, I feel 1,000,000% better after that. And so here I am. I just feel like now I can kind of get back on track and do what I love. And what I love is, one of the things I love is doing oracle card readings and really sharing the guidance that's coming to us from spirit, from the divine, just helping to share messages that people need to hear at this time. So I very much hope that today I'm able to share with you and be a conduit for a message that helps you in some way today. So we're going to be using a deck of cards that I've been using quite a lot recently, and it's Colette Baron-Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle. And I did put this in one of my earlier readings. I have been wanting to order these for a long time, and something kind of, I don't know, the time just didn't feel right. And I finally kind of bit the bullet and ordered them a couple of weeks ago. And when they arrived, all I can explain, all I can say really, is that I just felt this immense feeling of joy. And it really was like a piece of me had come home, a long lost friend that I'd known forever but had been away for a while had come home, and that's how I feel about these cards. So I've been steadily kind of attuning, getting to know them better, and just really loving working with these cards. The imagery is just exquisite. I think it just really appeals to me, and I hope that they appeal to you too. So I'm hoping that today we're able to get a good reading that resonates with you and shares a powerful and useful message. So one of the things about this deck, and some of them are smaller than others, some decks are quite big, and what I mean is there's a lot of cards here. So usually I work with cards that are 44 cards in a deck. This one's 68, so it's quite a chunky deck. If I show you, we have all of these cards, so it's actually quite a lot to hold in your hands and to shuffle. So one of the tips that I learnt actually off Colette Baron-Reid and one of her videos is to split your deck. And if you have got a larger deck like this and you find it a little bit cumbersome, a little bit difficult, split them into smaller decks and then you can easily shuffle. Yeah. So that's one lot shuffled. We've got the second pile, so I'll quickly split those and then we give those a shuffle. Okay, so we have another pile, split and shuffle. Lovely. So those are really well shuffled, and then I'll give a couple more just shuffles in the hand. Again, the more you use these cards, the more I think your hands get used to them and the size of them, and then it just gets a little bit easier anyway, so here we go. And one of the things that we do with this deck, which is a little bit different to some of the others I work with, is that we tend to go for the top card. So, top card, turn it over. So we'll give these a couple more shuffles. The other thing about this card deck is that you have cards that are upright, which is the oracle message, but But you also sometimes, if you turn it down and the card is upside down, in this deck, that's a protection message. So you could have the oracle message, which is the right way up, or if you flip it over and it's the wrong way up, then, or upside down, then that's your protection message. And the guidebook actually has both. So it has an oracle message, and then afterwards it has the protection message. Okay. So we have our top card. I'm just going to show you here. This is our top card, and I'm just going to literally flip it over. I'm not going to turn it, I'm just going to flip it. And we have the Elephant Spirit card. Here we go. The Elephant Spirit card. Learn from the past. And it was upright, so we can read this in the oracle message state. Learn from the past, Elephant Spirit. So this is the message that we need today. So we're on 25, so let's have a quick look. Okay. Right, so although we often wish we could leave the past behind, Elephant Spirit reminds us that memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connection to each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant Spirit appears with a message that we are to acknowledge that what came before and learn from it. Sorry, that which came before and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you experienced, the stories in our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told by many, or told many ways. I'm sorry, I'm really struggling to just read today. I think it's because I can sense that this card is really strongly resonating and it's throwing me off slightly. Apologies. So the stories of events you experienced, the stories in our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in the sense of power and dignity, for you have honoured yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. Okay, so I actually want to do a little dance right now, but I'm not going to. And I think, for me, I did mention earlier that yesterday I made a decision to walk away from something that I'd been holding on to and something that had been a big part of my past, and to move forward in a positive way and follow what I loved. And I think that for me resonates really well, really strongly with what's going on for me at the moment. However, enough about me. How does that resonate with you? So what does that stir up for you? What do you think when you hear that? Is there something that you're moving on from in the past? Whether that's a relationship, a job, a place, emotional baggage perhaps, feelings, guilt, upset, frustration, anger. What are those things that perhaps you are now ready to move on from, you know? And Spirit is there to support you, and it knows that now is the time for you to learn from everything that you have, take those lessons forward and start anew. And it feels like the start of an exciting new chapter, but being respectful and appreciative and grateful for all the lessons that we have learnt in the past that have shaped and given us the tools that we need to really be successful on this next step. So that's the message that I'm intuitively getting and wanted to share. So I hope that helps. Apologies for my appalling ability to read out this morning. As I say, when I was reading that, I think my mind was racing with just how incredibly accurate that was. So yes, that's our card for today. So thank you for joining me. Stay well, stay safe, stay grounded, and stay you. Be yourself, be true to yourself, be true to your soul and your greatest dreams and wishes. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.